As the Fed nears its cycle of raising interest rates, let's see what Brent has to say to his clients about where he thinks the direction of the markets are going at this point.
I would say not necessarily speaking toward where the market's going short term, but I think it's super important right now since there's so much noise out there in the market. Lance was talking about the Fed raising interest rates. This last raise was the 10th time the Fed's raised rates over the past 12 months since March of 2022 last year. Fastest rate hike cycle we've seen in 40 years. The Fed's gone from 0% to now above 5%, and I think Lance is probably correct that we'll see a pause to see how those past hikes, what that's going to do to the economy. But I think the bigger picture with our clients and the advice that we're giving them is, hey, put on the noise canceling headphones and forget about all of this conversation about what the Fed's doing, what the Fed should do, what they shouldn't do, what they might do, inflation, regional banking crisis is out there. There's a lot of noise. So let's just get back to the basics, focus on our investment discipline, take the emotional piece out of it, and focus on our investment discipline at hand. That's one. Every single time in the past, we've had a lot of recessions, 14 going back over the past 75 years. And every one of those recessions, we've come out better on the other side. We're not necessarily in a recession right now. We could slip into a light to medium recession. That's definitely possible. But let's focus on what's in front of us long term, and that's eliminating the noise and focusing on a true investment discipline. Even going and listening to Warren Buffett tell us that he is greedy when others are fearful. This might be a good time to be greedy, and if there is cash on the sidelines, focus on your investment discipline specifically and maybe add that cash to the markets, probably a decent long-term opportunity. That's what I would say, Lance, about what's going on. I'm going to ask you a question. Whenever anything sports related comes up, I always defer to Lance for those answers to those questions, because I know nothing about sports. So I think I know that the NBA playoffs are going on right now. I think. If that's the case, Lance, who do you think is going to win the NBA championship this year?
That's a good question. Although, Brent, you did pick the Super Bowl winner. So when he says he doesn't know anything about sports, take that with a grain of salt. But this year, my prediction is the Denver Nuggets winning their first NBA championship. Thanks for watching this edition of Sig Short.